No, sorry, just had a quick snack there. Here we go. Here we are in Dark against Gerald. A PVZ, some sorts. Those two have some history actually. They run into each other quite a lot in these cups. And Dark is usually the one who stops Gerald, but not before Gerald is most of the time taking a map. And they tend to have some very long games. I want to see what's happening in this game here though. So far it's going to be a hatchery block here, Dark just aiming for the third. So nothing really out of the ordinary there for him. He's very happy with that one. Still. He's one of those players who likes to mix it up though. So sometimes he waits with his drone and takes his natural anyways. Sometimes he will go ahead and do a proxy hatchery in your main base or natural base. Of course, being a papa now. I'm sure he's quite happy to have a lot of downtime while working. Alright, adept opening here into the Stargate. It is for Gerald. Gerald is someone who likes to sometimes open up the DT drop version with the Archons and the Archon harassment. And he's also someone who likes to mix in some adept glaive openings. So we can, I hope to see something else than only Stargate openings here in this series from our Protoss player. It's gonna go for the first very safe opening and standard opening in the first match here though. Oh, it's gonna save the pro. Nice escape. The drone is gonna live and the adept is gonna die. Yeah. There you go, being very sloppy with that adept, actually just rallying into a queen and getting surrounded by 4 zerglings. One zergling did get in and was harassing a little bit the probe line, but not really finding a kill, I wanna say. It's a perfect scout though. Everything's been seen. Everything's been known. One probe again, trying to rally out. There's no wall yet and speedlings are coming in. They're gonna find the adept. This might be just a very quick one. Is Gerald dying to 6 lings? No, he does have an oracle. He does have the second adept. And Dark is not committing too much to the idea. He only has those few lings. He's gonna reinforce them with a couple more. That's gonna be about it. Gerald, of course, throwing down the extra gateway in the wall. Adept's gonna stay strong, going for the extra nexus here. And a Phoenix to deny the Overlord scout. Okay, this is interesting. So, most of the time, if we have something to deny Overlords, it would have been a Void Ray, because a Void Ray can also help out in clearing roach attacks or fight against Zerglings, stuff like that. It is indeed a Phoenix here by Gerald, which is a little bit more mobile, so this can act as a scouting tool, but it's not really gonna do anything else. It's literally not gonna find anything, not gonna kill anything by its own. Maybe it can find a stray Overlord somewhere again, but that's gonna be it. Well, a Void Ray can always help out in the defense. Of course, this is a lower cost commitment, so you can transition a little bit earlier into different things, and we already see only a Twilight and some extra gates here. Gates are in the wall. No Forge with this, and only 2 Oracles. So this is quite a little bit different from most of the normal stuff here. The Phoenix can of course lift the Queen, unless it dies. And I don't know what... Gerald might not be on top of his game right now. He was looking so good against Foxer in just a series ago, and now he looks like super sloppy. Might be a little bit the nerves playing against Dark here. It's gonna swoop in with the Oracle, it's gonna get a couple kills, that's some nice damage here, but it's a little bit late, isn't it? We're already up to 60 drones anyways. Losing a couple probes also, trying to rally there into the third base, and the links are just down here, trying to harass these. Finally we do get the forge, so he is going into a forge. Just after the blink. 2 gates to block off this area here. And going into a Templar archive, so there's no upgrade yet from the forge. Needs to get that going as soon as he has the money. Let's be careful though, you don't want to lose anything here yet. But this is very frail in the early game if we go for an expansion and tech heavy build here as Protoss player. Dark going for the Hydralisk Den here. He's looking quite defended kind of everywhere, just trying to get some creep cleared out here. Link's running into the third base here. He's gonna find the army for now. Retreating into a good position though. Shield battery a little bit far back. And we do see a stasis trap. I love to see it. Stasis traps are completely underused and underrated in my opinion. Throwing them down defensively is a super nice tool. Stop these run-bys. He doesn't know. Oh, boom! Half of them get caught. Hey, and now you can position your army and maybe get these for free. Storm is on the way here. +1 as well. Some extra gates coming in here. I hope he can catch these links, but yeah, he's not gonna aggressively posture. He does have blink though, he could blink over though, but why would he? He's only gonna kill 1. There you go. That's definitely not the position you were looking for. You need to surround those. Of course, it's a little bit risky, but because if then the other links come also in, you can just go for a trade, right? Dark that is. Maybe still do an escape, but yeah. Oh, losing the oracles would be very bad. Kind of. Oh, only 1 gets out though. Okay, at least. And maybe like a stasis around here would be great, right? The gateways are gonna fall. So this is the issue. If you play against the Roach Hydra composition, you're gonna lose those gateways. Cancel here on the 4th base attempt, just by the links. And Dark's been playing this beautiful for now. Been looking really good. His Ling Roach attack might even just break the man. He does have an Overseer, so interesting that he just walks into the stasis trap there. He's gonna trigger and grab a lot of these Roaches. Hydras are stuck behind right now, not participating in the fight, and this is not the optimal fight. This is not what you're looking for as Dark. He needs to retreat on the bottom side, the top side also. He's gonna get unfrozen here in a second. Maybe this is gonna be enough here to push in again and overwhelm. Immortal is far away from being done here. First one is gonna pop out, but it's immediately gonna get focused down. Shield battery overcharge is completely run out, and the last oracle did just fall here. And Gerald is falling apart. GG. Dark did just overwhelm with Roach and Hydralisk. Thank you for the follows, everyone. I hope you're enjoying tonight. We do have some great games, some long games, some amazing games, and some crazy games. And this might be one of the faster ones. By the way, still sort of is playing against an Italian fellow. I forgot the name, it's not Reina. Azura. And once that is done, they're gonna hit, one of those is gonna hit Estrella, which is most likely gonna be sort of has been kind of playing out of his mind tonight. He already did beat Skillis. Skillis has been looking good and solid recently. I mean, he did a top 12 finish this year at IM Katowice. That's a big tournament. That's probably one of his best runs. He had a top 4 finish. Sorry, excuse me. In China. So yeah, he's been doing great. Light does come online, so maybe Ricky did finish his game. Gonna see though. Off the scene here. Let's jump into our next map for now. Dark in the top right here. There we go, Dark. And in the top left we do have Gerald. So, broad map. Let's see, Gerald, what do you have in store for us? This might be one of those adept timings here. Sometimes likes to play. He's gonna go for the block here. Block that hatchery. Let's see what Dark's reaction is gonna be. As I said earlier, he's someone who loves to mix it up. Sometimes he just takes his third, sometimes he goes for a proxy, sometimes he kind of waits with a drone here, and then until when this comes up here, he goes down and places it. Or he has like a drone waiting over here. You can see at this second, he then comes back and then takes his base here. This time it's again gonna just be the third. This will be scouted, of course, from the high ground here with the probe vision there. Just going on to a very standard opening, yeah, Dark that is. Natural base coming up here for our pros play as well. So I kind of want to see something aggressive from Gerald. He didn't really do anything with the oracles in the early game. He didn't really find any harassment damage. He only made 2, which is also a little bit interesting. 3 is the norm. He made a Phoenix, which kind of only died to queens after killing 1 overlord. So, like the early game, like the first adept, if you remember, it got surrounded by 4 links it killed. So, like things were looking very, very bad from the start. Like everything that can go wrong kind of went wrong for Gerald. Let's see what he can make happen and if things can be executed more cleanly this game here. And then things should look more even in the mid game as well. But maybe Dark is not gonna give him a mid game. Dark is known to be very cheesy himself from time to time. I mean, attack orientated. He loves roach timings and roach ravager attacks. He's someone very good. Probably one of the best ravager user you will ever find. He's like one of these guys who will just randomly snipe medivacs and warp prisms out on the map with biles during a retreat or something. Alright, this is our tech building. Oh, I forgot the tabs. There you go. Of course, it's the Twilight Council. That's what I like to see. Do something aggressive here. And we will see if this is gonna be Depth Glaives or a charge build. I mean, Blink could also be on the menu, but that would be a little bit out there, to be honest. With the upgrade not starting yet, it looks to me like it's rather gonna be Adept Glaives, but we're gonna see. We will have most likely a Warp Prism with this as well as the Protoss player here, so oh, there we go, it's gonna be a Dark Shrine. Never mind. It might just be the DT Archon drop opening, go into third base. We're gonna see how many gates are gonna be committed to the idea here. 3 gates is kind of the standard. 4 gates is a little bit old and outdated. Trying to snipe one of these links here, not gonna work out. The other side, we do see spores already coming down here, even before the Dark Shrine is finished. Roach Warren on the way as well. So, Dark is getting the tools he needs there to deal with Archons and Archon drops. So Roaches are not the counter, but are indeed a perfect tool to push it away. Nibble a little bit here at the third. It's gonna say, hey, I know you have it. You know, I know, so there you go. And this is your invitation letter, basically, for the next time. He does have a lot of links, actually. He's trying to go for a cancel. He knows, hey, there's no oracles. Maybe I can actually get a kill here. There's a DT, needs to be warped in defensively, a second one even. And Dark is not gonna commit to the idea here. He keeps his links alive, but he forced 2 DTs being warped in here at home, and they stay at home. So now, what are you gonna do? You're like kind of lacking a little bit of money here. You can only warp in like 1 DT here right now. Maybe a couple in a second here. Waiting for a second. Yeah. This is like the... This is kind of the saddest DT drop I've ever seen. I mean, he got a creep tumor. You gotta give it to him. And he's gonna get 2 more. Crazy stuff. Even a second one joining in now on the fun here. I mean, clearing creep is nice and all. It's not really what you're looking for, of course. He was looking to get some drones, maybe deny a base, get some good Archon shots onto links. And the only thing he had to do was, now he has like an Archon wedged away here in a very cool defensive position. And he has 2 DTs running around clearing creep, but it's not really slowing Dark down. He's gonna try to make a base here. See if he does have an Overseer. Indeed he does, and he's gonna get the Archon. He's gonna kill it. This is not gonna get recalled. The Observer does go home though. Overseer getting a full scout here, sees everything. Also a changeling still standing inside. Maybe he's gonna catch a glimpse of that unit being produced there as well. As he sees no upgrade, this can only be an Immortal or Disruptor most likely. And there we go, it's gonna be a Disruptor indeed. Vision will be denied though. A shame the Prism can't attack it, right? He knows, but he can't do anything about it. Oh, there we go. The probe. Insane stuff here. Okay, so Dark is kind of sitting back. He's giving Gerald a lot of time to try to find solutions after his opening went really flat again, kind of. Didn't do anything. Didn't slow down Dark at all. And this could be a great connection. 3 is good. We do have Warp Prism speed on the way, so this is transitioning into a Disruptor drop. Swarm hosts. Okay, this is a spirit animal here for Dark as well. 12 swarm hosts on the way. And I'm expecting to see a Nidus being thrown down with this as well to up the mobility of those swarm hosts. But now it's just gonna be walking, though, it seems. And of course, if you kill these rocks, you can just walk them here and launch into this area, which is gonna be a kill. Confirmed kill on the Nexus in probably 1 wave if you really want to go for it. Or in 2 waves if you decide to go for probes first. Needs to collect them all though. You want to gather them all up. It's 9 for now, the last 3 are a little bit later. Oh, these 2 disruptors looking for some excuse me, looking for some damage here. Not gonna find anything though. And first locusts are gonna launch here. This is gonna be the first time vision on these guys. Okay, shield battery should target the Nexus. You could take out the pylon and then try to read splitting locusts against the disruptor shot. That's kind of crazy. Alright, you need to be careful though. These guys are not good against a prism with disruptors in it. Oh, he could try to go for some bites. He's not gonna do. He's kind of waiting. And then we do have some roaches attempting a sneak by here. DT and Stalk are gonna push it back though. And yeah, Dark is ready to shoot again. There we go. He keeps his army together, just in 1 bulk. This is gonna be scary though now. If Gerald forces the fight right now, Dark needs to retreat. He does not have the Locust ready. A beautiful shot there, hitting so many units. But the Nexus goes down. There was a ton of units going down there though. Nexus N10 probes do fall indeed. There we go, Nidus. How many? 17 swarmos, man, that's so many. He's actually building extra static D because he knows if he ever kind of has to commit to a fight, he needs extra DPS, basically. He needs extra kind of units, which he doesn't have. We're maxed out. There's so many swarmos. couple of roaches trying to pull away the attention here, and those locusts are going to break down the wall. The rest is going to try to commit into the base. Army should be sitting in a good spot though. We'll try and see if you can get a good connection here with the disruptor. Still gonna lose something. It's so crazy, you always lose something if you're up against so many swarm hosts. And next up is gonna be a Nidus here. So let's see what he throws down the Nidus. He could put it into the main. He's not gonna do so. He's gonna be on the south side for now. This prism, I think, hasn't really done the trick, has it? Okay, this is kind of counterintuitive though. So you force and engage there with the links. Oh, okay. Force and engage there with the links, and then you force a recall there, and then you launch your locus after everything's here. That's a little bit weird. But he's waiting until everything's out of position, so he's kind of pressuring here at the third again, and then coming in with those locus. Oh, killing stalkers would be amazing actually. These are trying to go for the assassination, but they only find a Nidus worm, and this base is gonna form, and locust, if they are used correctly, they are so insanely strong, and the floodgates are open. Oh my god. Basically every probe is kinda trying to run into the natural right now, and links are on the case. They're trying to kill those probes. Nidus is gonna get denied, with another 16 probes falling here. Still, we need to be careful with the army fight, but as I said, that there's already the transition coming in. These guys are gonna help with that fight. They're gonna also have +3. Things are looking very good here for Dark. Building up quite a bank. Gonna throw down some locusts here, try to dodge the storms with locusts. That's kind of crazy stuff, man. Getting whatever you can here. Killing any unit is good, is value. And Gerald is he's just trying to defend, and that's a big mistake. You need to push out, you need to kind of force the fight. Gonna deny another Nidus here. There could be a Nidus into the main, but it's probably not gonna happen, because it's a very easy, accessible position here for our Protoss player to try and defend. Nidus is also gonna get shot down, but as I say that, Dark's gonna just try. I mean, a quick warp in here. It's gonna deny this one. And now we do have the attempt to push, but it's already too late. Static defenses, hydralisks, lurkers, everything's set up. And those guys are still coming in. They're coming in again. Oh, and this is in a nice deny here. So every time you can kind of keep the cooldown running, basically, it's a good time as a Protoss player. They're coming in for some harassment down here, trying to take us some static D. This one Zealot really wants to get killed, but Dark is not going to do him the favor. In fact, he did spot this Nidus coming up, so yeah, this Nidus is kind of starting to be very expensive here for Dark. Getting some army value though is super nice here with these locusts. Also, those are going in, are gonna kill these Zealots maybe. Every unit you lose to lose that. That's such a terrible trade. Like buildings you can't move, but units you can just run away. You shouldn't lose units if you don't have to fight. Alright, again, a nice scout here. So the map vision has been kind of... The whack-a-mole map vision has been kind of good here. For Gerald. And he's intercepting these locusts here. Again. Dark only using a few, the rest is going into the natural again here. Might be able to pick off the Nexus another time. This is gonna get found here. Another Nidus into the natural position here. It's not gonna try and kill the Nexus. We do have a double Spire already finished up here. Double upgrades coming in. No greater Spire. And transitioning into more and more lurkers here. Trying to push out with his spores. Kind of a crazy thing to say, right? But he needs to be careful actually. He's getting caught here mid-walking. Lurkers are not set up. This is a beautiful timing window here for Gerald to try and find some damage. Nothing in position. As I say that though, Swarm Hosts are back on defending duty. He's launching everything, and yeah, they're not gonna find anything because there's nothing here. Do they get speed bonus on? So they have 2.62. 0.62 flying. And I want to see some walk in now. But there you go. We got a zealots, couple zealots here that'll run by in the bottom, trying to kill. Actually, getting some of the static D. That's a lot of money actually. He's killing those flat out. Ooh, but Dark is showing that he has enough money. He doesn't mind. DT's waiting there for those swarm hosts if they ever show up. And that corridor again. And Gerald is kind of hanging in there. Been trying to trade against this, but of course been on the losing end here. He did kill tons and tons of Nidus worms though. It's 9 Nidus worms. This is gonna be number 10. Have been denied. A lot of money down the drain here. That good Nidus worm. Nidus network. Oh, finally catching all these swarm hosts, maybe, but they're actually gonna force a fight here. Storms are gonna be good. Clear these out as soon as possible. And yeah, he did caught some of those. Gonna re-drone here as Dark. It's kind of some crazy stuff. It's gonna use the Nidus now for some teleportation networking here. How it was intended to be used. That's some good disruption novas. Getting what? 4 lurkers or something? That's some good damage. Oh, Lurker Hydra setting up a position here for those swarm hosts, trying to defend the Nidus this time. But this could be a trap. Actually, DT's coming in for the clear here. And those Hydras also getting caught. Needs to be careful though, you need some vision on those Lurkers. 3 disruptors should do the trick. No, he's lacking vision. There we go. That was a lot of extra damage though. Unnecessary. And he's gonna lose a base, which has the most minerals for him right now. He didn't even start mining yet. I don't think you can come in and fight this army here. Oh. Ooh. Gerald trying to find anything here. He's gonna get a cancel on this base. And everything's just gonna get evacuated, man. That was nice play. Dark really utilizing that thing like it was intended to be. I love this here, by the way. Let's have a look, actually. Let's see. We do have 21 spines and 11 spores. And we do have a Tempest transition, but already 1-1 on air here. For Dark, he has the double spire working still on 2-2 currently. And he can, whenever he wants, to transition into Corruptors. Oh, this is not being seen here. That's a good position for the Nidus. These Lurkers need to make a defense happen here though. There's no static defenses with them right now. We got some Hydras here, so we're at least a little bit mobile still here as Dark. And making some more Lurkers, by the way. Oh, now this has been spotted, of course. And yeah, those swarm hosts, they're not ready yet. So he's not gonna commit them. Losing these Nidus worms like he is, 50 Nidus worms, that's a ton of money. That's a ton of money. But it's way less than Gerald is losing. Again, like, look at this. This is just gonna get killed. Oh, getting one lurker at least here. Gerald really hanging in there. Now he has some Tempest. Let's see if he can make something work, like, with this army. He can do something with the Tempests. Gonna get a couple of those Lurkers, but man, there's so many Lurkers at this point. It's 23 Lurkers. We went down from 17 swarm hosts to 11, but we're sitting on way more Lurkers than we were earlier. And another knight is getting denied here, man. The worms are not having a good day today. Trying to run in with some Stalkers, trying to complexify his composition a bit more. He needs to sacrifice some of his units at this point. He's building up a bank, but in the end, he wants to trade it for whatever he can. Sniping the network would have been actually a great target. He's trying to go for the Spire with +3 damage. That's actually also a nice target to acquire. Can make it happen. And those queens are stuck. There we go. They're stuck again. It's like 3-2 queens against 3-2 stalkers. That's so crazy. Oh, one lurker did fall into the river there. This is finally a nice position here on that Nidus. Might just take out the base here again. Couple disruption novas are gonna hit the mark, and we do have some corruptors coming in now, trying to poke out the air units here from our Protoss players. Tempests are in a good position though, and Archons and Storms are really working on those corruptors here, but what are you gonna do against those 20 lurkers? Storms is a good thing to have. Oh, he did actually self-destruct one of the lurkers and kill the DTs with that. DTs would have been a great idea there, but yeah, didn't work out in the end. Finally, we get some damage dealt here to Dark. And Gerald with a nice counterattack here onto the whatever base. Bottom is gonna lose another base though, and this is the only thing mining left here for our blue Protoss players. So he needs to be very careful. And this base did not get killed. I mean, there's still like a zealot working here, but ooh, there you go. And this is defended by some vines. There's no detection though, I want to say. There we go. As I say, that there's a spore, of course. The DT's trying to run away here, actually. He's gonna try and poke away at that geyser. That's a target. He might even kill it. No. Queen's too fast. And Dark's just saying, you do run-bys, I do spike rollers. Oh, finally catching a lot of these swarmers here. Beautiful caught. Beautifully caught. And they will diminish more and more. I think we only have, what, 4 left now, so that's a very small force. I think the Whack-A-Mole Nidus play is gonna stop here. Dark at this point should really transition into some Adrenal links, by the way. Get some more melee upgrades and get some Adrenal for links. Something very supply efficient that can clear out buildings to maybe run into these areas and find some extra damage here. It's a good composition at this point. We do have a mothership on the way. We do have enough Tempest here, not in one shot. And there is no Vipers with this, if I'm not mistaken. And another beautiful set of disruption novas here. It's gonna take out some lurkers. Lurkers have been not having a good day as well. And the swarmers are just gonna walk here and attack. Still using them. Gonna kill a pylon, and now he's gonna have, I mean, how many kills? Only 4. But they've dealt tons and tons of damage. Finally, we're going into some Vipers, we're going into Ultraless Cavern, we're going into the melee upgrade. I'm still missing... Oh, Adrenal is finished already, my bad. Got a big gauge here on the top, but nothing really happening. A lot of damage on those Corruptors though. Really kind of grinding them down. We still have tons of Storm packed away, but we're gonna see some Infestor, we're gonna see some Viper. Finally some Spellcaster usage here by our Zerg player. He's not gonna not gonna push Gerald out of the game like he wanted or intended to be. He's trying to heal up some of these Corruptors here. Good late game energy usage. And we are looking at a ton of Corruptors, by the way. It's 34 Corruptors, that's so many Corruptors. We do have a Great Aspire at this point, so whenever he wants to, he can transition into something fresh there. Use some Brood Lords, and there we go, 4 links. That's what I wanted to see. He's gonna actually commit all these lurkers to this Nidus one. He's gonna bring in all the Corruptors, so this is a huge army rotation here actually from Dark. And try and kill whatever he can while he is harassing the southern side here as well. He's gonna get 14 more probes. Gotta get a disruptor here. It's gonna kill so many structures actually. I think that's both of the starports. So If you want to keep on making... Wait, there's 2 more somewhere. Alright, there we go. It already has the backup. But this is gonna be tech going down. And... well, Dark's gonna be happy. Oh my... There could be some great fungals here actually against those Templars. He's not seeing them yet. There we go. A good fungal onto the army though. Nothing to follow it up. And we do have the Corruptors engaging there on the north side. Grabbing the mothership, by the way, there. Not much else. Lurkers are still working at this main base here. He should really try to focus down this tech here in the bottom left before it gets saved. And Gerald's only remaking Fleet Beacon and Cybernetics Core. Like losing a DT Shrine and Twilight Council, the Templar Archives. That's quite expensive. Something... Wait, did he remake the... Okay, he already remade... No, he still has it. There we go. The original one. Oh, getting 2 Templars here. Poured out. Of course, this is all mined out. That's a crazy game here we have on our hands. 26 minutes. Lurkers are still finishing off the rest here in the main. He's gonna leave the DT Shrine and the Templar Archives alive. He's gonna say, alright, you've earned it. I'm gonna kill it with links now. Gonna reposition those Lurkers. Finally getting rid of that pesky tech. And we're gonna see our first Oracle of the game here. Trying to tech the army and then... Oh no, it's the second Oracle. Alright. But yeah, trying to tech the army and work at it with those Tempests. Tempests do not have the upgrade, and there's a ton of static D, remember, so actually having the upgrade might be really good here for Gerald. It does only add bonus damage against structures. But there's so many structures. Like what, 26 and 20? That's so many defensive structures. Couple nice grabs here. Let's assassinate a lot of these units here. Very expensive for Gerald. The issue is he does not have the supply. He has the money, he doesn't have the supply, the open supply, and he doesn't have the tech to remake any of these units. And once all of the Disruptors and Archons and Immortals are gone, you can run in with like Ultralisks and stuff to clear out the Templars, or Links even. It's just gonna work away at all these buildings here. I think this is where the last Stargates have been. And now all of the production is kind of gone here. There's no production left for a Protoss player. So whatever he has in money, it doesn't really matter anyways. He's throwing down 3 more Stargates. There we go. But he also needs to remake so many pylons. And that's so much money. That's gonna be at least like 10 pylons. It's 1,000 money minerals. That's so many. And then he's probably not even done. Oh, this can just get cancelled here again. Losing these Infestors is not gonna be cool. He's gonna try to save himself with some of these fungals, but gonna get out 3. Mothership trying, army trying to clear out this area, not gonna work. And at this point, there might be a very unique scenario where we do have actually Gerald fighting till the last building and Dark killing the buildings before the army. Alright, so Gerald is trying to remake this Nexus. There's not too much money left on the map here. Dark is kind of running dry as well, if we take a quick look here. This is his only mining left, and there we go. He's gonna go in for the committal. He's gonna try and clear out the air army once and for all, and he's gonna force Gerald out of the game. There's so many Storms, so many Archons, but a beautiful, beautiful split on those Corruptors. He's gonna manage to take the win. He's gonna lose on the ground though. Needs to be a little bit careful here. He has a ton of Corruptors left. He's gonna go for some building assassinations. And Gerald is in a peril. He has nothing really to counter those. He can't make anything. He had so much money. He had like 4k banks, but if you can't build anything, it doesn't matter how much money you have. And he's gonna lose all the Stargates again? No, one is gonna stay alive here. He's gonna remake a Void Ray and a Mothership. And of course those Archons are gonna have some juicy time against those Corruptors, but I think the writing's on the wall here. We can almost only remake Lynx at this point. There's no more gas left for a Zerg player here, by the way. He's just like running over the army with these Corruptors. They should just go pure on buildings. He's gonna even kill this Nexus before the mothership is gonna pop here. Do we fight till the last building? I really want to see it now. Now that I said it, I really want to see it. I want to see the last building get destroyed before the last Archon falls. He's trying to make one more mothership here. Crazy stuff by Gerald. But he is running out of buildings. Let's actually open the structures tab, because that's the more interesting one. We're just gonna go and kill all the buildings here. We have 1 Stargate, 2 gateways, and a GG left here. Very well done by Dark. It's gonna force Gerald finally out of the game. Crazy game, man. Completely almost mined out map here.